All right, I'm wired to the starter, so I'll kind of walk through what I did here real quick. But as you can see, you got your hot, negative, came out. I run the hot down and then along the frame, and then I took the ground and I ran it back here to here, and I welded that bolt on there so that vibrations or anything wouldn't shake that guy off of there. So the last thing you want is for your ground to go bad. So I think between the bolt being welded on there and then being double nuts, that should not go anywhere. And then, like I said, I ran it along the frame, and then this is where I came out. So kind of see what I did there. So it comes up and it doesn't touch any metal. Comes up through there and then comes up to this Ford starter solenoid. Now what'll happen, this is hot, and this one here is your ignition trigger. So when I wire the switch, the key, it'll hit here. So when you turn the switch, this will power this, which will tell this guy here that it needs power. And then once this guy clicks, it'll go down there to the starter. You can see it, I don't know, kind of right there. And that's where she should start. Now, I do this with the Ford just because I think it's a little simpler setup. So if you need to try to troubleshoot your starter or any electrical issue involving the starter, to me, this makes it easier than trying to work on the one that's on the Chevy starter because it's by the headers. So we'll look at that real quick. So if you come down here, you can see this is the starter, and then this is the Chevy coil. So from my Ford coil up on the firewall down to here, see if I can zoom in on that at all. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure why, but anyways. So there's another wire. You can't really see it here, but it kind of goes around the back and then loops up here to this little post right here. So when this gets power, it'll send power to this one, which will click that solenoid right there, and then allow this truck, the starter, to turn and hopefully start the truck. But yeah, I'm not sure why that guy won't zoom in. There we go. So like I said, there's a little connector here behind this starter cable. And then that little wire right here that I ran goes to this coil switch for the Chevy. And then that'll allow this to engage the starter. It should work. I mean, most of the Chevys I've done this to are still on the road today. And I just find it because this header, there's just so much heat that I worry about this coil being right here. But, with that should cover my starter wiring. So now I got a few other little things I got to do, but then I should be able to move on to the main wiring harness. And I'll come back and do a video when I get ready to start doing that. Anyways, and just so you know, this is just stuff for me, so I could go back and look and say, yeah, I remember doing it this way. That way somebody can not try to change or change what I did and then say it wasn't a certain way. So normally that doesn't happen, but you just never know. Anyways, laters.